What if the person you trusted most was quietly planning your death? And what if you were doing the exact same thing? No confession, no warning, just two people smiling at each other while imagining murder. This is Over Your Dead Body, 2026, a dark, twisted thriller where marriage doesn't end in divorce, it ends in survival. We meet Dan, played by Jason Segel, once a rising film director, now completely washed out. His dream career is gone. He's stuck directing low-budget pop-up commercials. Every day feels like failure. And worse, he knows it. Dan isn't dangerous in the beginning. He's just defeated. But inside that defeat, something darker is growing. A thought he can't escape. My life would be easier if she wasn't in it. Then we meet Lisa, played by Samara Weaving, an actress who never broke through. She isn't just frustrated. She's angry. Not loud anger, but quiet, constant resentment. She once believed Dan was her future. Now, she sees him as the reason she has no future. Dan proposes a getaway, a remote cabin in the woods. No phones, no distractions, just them. A chance to reconnect. But this isn't romance. It's strategy. Because both Dan and Lisa are thinking the same thing. This is the perfect place to end the marriage. Permanently. Dan's plan is simple. Make Lisa's death look like a hunting accident. Push the narrative that she got lost in the wilderness. Lisa's plan is different. Stage Dan's death as a hiking accident. Use isolation as cover. Both of them even casually tell outsiders these lies. She's going hiking alone. He's going hunting. Every detail is a setup. Every sentence is a lie. But neither realizes the other is doing the exact same thing. The cabin is quiet. Too quiet. And underneath all that silence, something is already wrong.
Dan makes the first move. He tries to act normal. Too normal. But his plan is already falling apart. Because Lisa is not asleep. She knows something is off. And just as Dan attempts to strike, she turns around and hits him with a taser. Dan wakes tied to a chair, breathing heavily, confused, terrified. Lisa is standing in front of him, and she's not surprised. That's the worst part. She knew. Now the truth spills out. Not just about the murder plans, but about everything before it. Dan admits he failed his career. He feels worthless. He stopped trying long ago. Lisa admits she cheated. She felt abandoned. She never respected him anymore. But then comes the real explosion. They both admit they thought about killing each other. For money. Life insurance money. A clean reset. A fresh start. Without the other. This isn't just hatred. It's grief. Grief for what they used to be. And anger for what they became. They scream. They insult. They expose everything ugly. And yet, neither leaves. Because they are trapped in more than a cabin. They are trapped in their history. Then something strange happens. They stop trying to kill each other. A gunshot echoes. Then, footsteps. Then, chaos. 3 strangers enter the cabin. Pete, calm, calculating killer. Todd, violent, unpredictable brute. Allegra, unstable, sadistic wildcard. They are escaped convicts. And they are not lost. They are hiding. At first, Pete doesn't kill them. He studies them. Because Dan and Lisa are useful. Money, power, control. Now the couple's murder plans don't matter anymore. They are no longer predators. They are prey. Dan and Lisa are tied up again. But this time, not by each other. By something worse. A group that enjoys pain. What follows is not just violence. It's domination. Psychological and physical torture. The trio doesn't just want money. They want control. And slowly, Dan and Lisa realize something terrifying. They were never in control of anything. Not their marriage, not the cabin, not even their own plans. Now comes the turning point. To survive, they must work together. Dan and Lisa, side by side. The same people who wanted each other dead now depend on each other to stay alive. Something changes in Dan. For the first time, he acts. Not as a victim, not as a failure, but as someone who refuses to disappear. He fights. He resists. He protects Lisa. Lisa sees it. Not the weak man she hated, but someone trying. Finally trying. And in return, she chooses him. Not as a strategy, but as a decision. Dan is dragged toward death, literally sinking. He tells Lisa, "Let me go." And in the beginning of the film, she would have, without hesitation. But now, she grabs him and pulls him back, struggling, fighting, refusing to let him die. The cabin turns into a battlefield. One by one, the trio falls. Violence peaks. Chaos explodes. And somehow, Dan and Lisa survive. But survival is not clean. People die. Blood is everywhere. The cabin is destroyed. Nothing about this is normal. Dan and Lisa walk out alive. Together. Not as enemies, not as lovers, but something new. Something rebuilt from destruction. They even reframe everything. Their trauma becomes content. Their survival becomes a story. Their failure becomes success. A new beginning is born. Not everything fits neatly into happiness, because along the way, innocent people died. Choices were ignored. Violence was justified. Even Dan's father becomes collateral damage in the chaos, and it's treated almost casually in the aftermath. That's the unsettling layer. At its core, Over Your Dead Body is not about murder. It's about transformation. About two people who lost themselves, lost each other, and almost destroyed everything. But through extreme survival, they rediscover connection. Not because violence saved them, but because honesty finally did. Love didn't survive because it was perfect. It survived because everything else burned away. And sometimes, that's what it takes to see someone clearly again. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown of Over Your Dead Body 2026, make sure to subscribe for more cinematic explanations like this. Because some stories aren't just about what happens, they're about what it costs to survive them. And the next one might be even darker.